Hey guys, welcome to Punty's World. This is part 2 of our meal. Okay. Alright. Let me grab. Okay. As even, or a liniment, as my mother used to call it. And the main coming over there, you know? Now, to take this, and dump them both into it. Oh, that smells good. Whoa. Ah. Okay. Now, that's enough liquid to braise in. You don't want a ton of liquid when you're braising, so just slide these right down. There we go. Now, let's talk about rice and tomato soup. I'm going to boil the water for the rice. Oh, that pan's huge. Now, the way that I was always taught to do it was a double water to rice ratio. So if I'm making a half a cup of rice, which is generally what I make for me, half to 3/4, you're going to use at least a full cup of water. So in this case, I've got about 3/4 of a cup of rice. So we're going to use about a cup and a half of water. I'll reheat it after the meat's done, but I do want to show you how it's done. Now, obviously, I have to reheat it anyway because this makes it cold. Now, I have changed up my mother's recipe a little bit because I'm going to add a little bit of butter to the rice water. Just maybe a tablespoon. Because I don't use any salt. There we go. Okay. Now, I forgot to chop this up for the meat before I got it ready to go in the oven. That's okay. What I'm going to do for the rice, because a lot of times I have the rice with a spaghetti sauce that I've made. I am going to season it. And since I'm making beef, the only salt that I'm adding to the rice is my beef flavoring that I make. what I'm gonna do is get a bowl for the rice. I'm going to be putting these seasonings in it. There we go. There we go. This is Italian herbs. Parsley. Parsley doesn't have a ton of flavor. It's just pretty, more or less. This is my beef seasoning mix. Rosemary. Because rosemary is really good on beef. And there's rosemary in the beef, so. Now, if you want to, you can definitely chop up vegetables to put in here. You know, saute up some vegetables. I just didn't do that. I was gonna put vegetables in the meat, and so. There we go. And that water is boiling, so I'm gonna pour the rice in. Boiling. Actually, maybe a little bit more rice, just to make sure. Then I'm going to use to give the rice a stir. Turn it off. Actually, you turn it way down to way down. Then I think everybody knows how to cook rice anyway. You grab the lid. Way down to low. Just let the rice absorb the water. You can even turn it off, actually. If you want to, you can turn it right off because it's sitting on the hot burner. When the oven preheats, throw the meat in. And when the rice is done, I'll mix the tomato soup and the herbs with the rice. Just gonna stir these herbs up. There they are. They slide every time I try to show them to you. Let me lay down. Whoa. There you go. You can put whatever you like in your rice. I just mirrored the flavors in the steak. This. And if you don't want to use tomato soup, you can use other ingredients. Whatever you want to put in your rice. This is just my mother's recipe. Tomato soup and white rice. Like I said, it probably was a combination of things. My mother used to create all kinds of fun casseroles and stuff. You know, you throw together what you have. We weren't rich by any means. So you throw together what you have, and in her case, she might have done macaroni and cheese with cut up hot dogs, or cut up whatever cheap meat she had at the time. You know, we did it with hot dogs, which my father loved. I'm trying to think of what else. There were always salads around, always macaroni salads, potato salads, vegetable salads. Because that was very important when I was a kid. To make sure that there were fresh fruits and vegetables around. I wasn't a big candy kid. I liked chocolate, but I wasn't a candy kid because I was not allowed to eat it because I had caps on all my teeth. So I just never got a taste for candy. You know, sticky taffy candies and stuff like that. She's never got a taste for it. So that was yummy. I loved my fruit. You know, my oranges and peaches. By the way, I will check this in 45 minutes. And I have to figure out why some of the advent calendar videos are coming out so dang early. Because some companies want certain influencers to be the first ones to get their advent calendar out there. You know, to show their advent calendar. So, because the companies do tell you where to place your ads, when to put out the video with their product in it, that sort of thing. So, okay, that's going nicely. Just let you sit there. Okay. I'm going to mix everything in the pan and put it back in this bowl. So, I'm going to close you up so you don't hear the noise. Oh, do you like my new sweatshirt, by the way? I love it. Super comfy. I thought I brought out my notebooks. Maybe I didn't. I was freezing. I'm trying to get dressed. There we go. Alrighty. I'm going to work on Oddities October today. I got way later than I expected to, but considering the night before I got zero sleep, that happens sometimes when I'm excited, but I think also it was a thing of, okay, that's good. Maybe this one needs to go in here. Yep. I was having a hard time with my mask. I will talk to her about it because they did nothing for me at the sleep study. They said I wasn't having any leaks, which I find very difficult to believe based on my own machine, but their machine is different and they were definitely pumping it harder than my machine is. My machine is barely pumping anything. And I will talk to her about that in November as well. I should be talking to you about this in the Daily Journal, and I will. But yeah, I'm going to work on Oddities October today. Hit you! Hit you! Oh, excuse me. Tomorrow, we are going to start decorating for fall, for Halloween. I do both at the same time. So, that's going to be, again, I should be talking about this during the Daily Journal video, so I'll save it. But, I do give it a stir now and then. Okay, it hasn't quite absorbed the water yet. Close, but still got a bit of water to go. There's a little trick to that, and that is turn it back on for a minute or two. to allow the water to absorb. But I'll allow it to absorb naturally. Make sure the rice is nice and soft, fluffy. Like I said, I think the rice and tomato soup was a twofold thing. One, it was a way to flavor bland rice. What did I say? Right rice? White rice. I started speaking in dyslexic. Anyway, it's not right rice, it's white rice. So that a child would eat it. Because my parents would have white rice with butter with their liver and onions and peppers. So my mother would put tomato soup in it. And she might have also found that that might be a good thing to do, because when you're making stuffed peppers, you're making rice and tomato soup. I mean, with meat, obviously, but you're making rice and tomato soup because you're putting tomato soup over it, although you can use ketchup. So it's basically rice and tomato soup with beef. So that might have given her the idea as well. So I did let Candy go through the makeup donations, and she did take a few things, which is nice. I'll let Dawn go through it for Brianna next month. Definitely have stuff to tell you in the next video, so this is what I'm going to do. Do you want a sorry, that's my cold dragon. I'm coming on. That's all? That's a good deal. Hey guys, okay. Let's check the rice. Yeah, I took my mother's rice and tomato soup to the next level and had spaghetti sauce that I would freeze. And one of these days I've got to make another batch in my crock pot. And I would take some of that and just throw it in rice, and it was a good meal. Here we go. This is done. So I'm going to pop this over here. I'm going to put the tomato soup in. This is not going to fit in here. Where's my bottle one? There it is. This is for cans and bottles. It's made specifically for that purpose, and I love it. I might get 2 meals out of this rice. So now, just stir. And again, I'm going to have to heat it up because the tomato soup makes it cold. You could heat the tomato soup. Probably what my mother did, actually. My favorite herbs in, you could use garlic, onion. I actually should put some onion powder and garlic powder in here, now that I'm thinking about it. It's a great substitute for salt. Okay, here's garlic powder. Whoa, I won't be using that much. It comes out very fast. Onion powder. that comes out very fast, so I won't be using that much. Okay. And the onion powder, I like a lot of onion powder, so that doesn't bother me. Okay. Now, to put this into the bowl, I'm not going to put all of it in the bowl. Yeah. Because whatever I don't eat, I will reheat tomorrow with my stuffed chicken. Because I have the chicken that's stuffed with broccoli and cheese. There it is. Rice and tomato soup. Very simple. Very easy. So, I personally, like I said, take it to the next level. I'm just going to throw the lid over it. That's going to be quite a while before it comes out of the oven, but you already saw me put it together last night. So we're going to go on to the daily journal. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.